Hello, Master Sunil Ramakrishna. Basically, we are discussing on the topic that is city creation. City creation, basically, we are discussing on the topic that is future creation. In this, basically, we are discussing this file basically. So, this file says that Indian girls are like this only basically, whether you believe it or not believe it. So, one of the person they finish the future. The example is this person basically. He basically given first AIDS, and then basically the girls basically thought that he might create problem in future, and his future also basically his next generation also basically might create problem. So they basically ended his next generation also basically. So the future generation basically, that is called as a future creation basically. This everything is done basically. After that only basically we are discussing. So they told that basically we have finished his future basically. His pump basically has damaged basically. His pump basically has, and this is basically Indian girls, and Indian girls are basically staying across the world also basically. So that also you believe it basically. The Indian girls are like this. So you have to be very beware basically. That is also, you can say it's a beware with Indian girls basically. So that basically you can write the board basically, beware with Indian girls. That basically you have to write in each and every house basically. So one of the person told that this is the Indian girl. So one of the person told that they basically finish the future only basically of that particular person, and that is Indian girls basically. So now basically we are discussing this management side. So one of the person told that AIDS group basically gets the high antibiotic medicine basically. In this they basically create, assume that basically AIDS medicine basically physical locations are thousand cities. Just taking as an example. In real basically it might be one or two city. After corona basically this number will might increase also. Sorry, because corona disease has came basically, so that is going to connect to HIV AIDS also basically. So see basically, because everything is done basically, that's why I'm telling. Thousand cities are created, physical location. Thousand cities. So physical location of AIDS data is converted to thousand cities, and this basically is the huge requirement basically for the medicine industry basically, for the medicine. And AIDS basically started from where basically? West Indies basically. That is VVS Richardson city basically. VVS Richardson city basically. One of the person told that VVS Richardson means who basically? VVS Richardson means 1983 basically World Cup. India has won the World Cup. Na? That VVS Richardson basically. In 1983, India has World Cup. India has win the World Cup. Yes, Kapil Dev basically has done that basically. Acha, that city. Yes, that city basically. So AIDS basically started from that city basically. So one of the person told that antibiotic also basically they might be having basically. So they told that basically they are also basically finding the antibiotic, and like this basically they have created thousand cities. So it connected to thousand cities. So one of the person told that this basically is one punishment basically which is given by girls basically of Indian girls basically. So here basically we will see like this. So see the thing basically, which is already done basically. So one of the person told that this is the thing basically. So here this diagram basically is waste basically for that's AIDS person. That AIDS person basically, there is no, this is basically bekar for that particular person, because his thinking basically is connecting not here basically. His brain is not going to connect here. His data is not going to connect to this energy basically. His data is basically here basically. That is the thousand cities. So this diagram basically, if he is basically joining the management side basically, here basically is the stuff is not going to connect. That is going to connect to different area. So here basically we say that he is basically going to connect to, and these Indian girls basically if we will know, then basically they will damage this area also basically, because that are Indian girls basically, Indian culture basically. This comes into Indian culture, Indian girls culture basically. in Indian culture. Basically, Indian girls' culture means the father mother has basically given the culture, na basically. So Indian group has given the culture. So if one management person basically joins, one person, AIDS person basically joins the management side, he is going to connect to this diagram. Management, management, energies diagram. Management diagram. So this is the stuff basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic.